Kashmir has become a mantra, an obsession, fixation with the whole population of India and Pakistan, and in trying to please the electorate, though Indian and Pakistani leaders are prisoners of their own official policy. Pakistan and everyone else says that Kashmir is a disputed territory, but India refers to Kashmir as Atukan, part of its body. India refers to Kashmir as an integral part of India. By doing this, India is in self-denial, because Kashmir is a disputed territory. Otherwise, the LOC, the line of control, wouldn't be there in the first place. The LOC is monitored by UN military observers, UNMOs, with officers in Srinagar and Rawalpindi. India talks about integration, but instead there is alienation of Kashmiris. Even in 1950s, there were always incidents where Indian Army was shooting and abusing Kashmiris. Even if a Kashmiri didn't have a pass, he could be shot, and he was asked to bring the water from the grave. Long before the Palestinian Intifada, in 1970s, Kashmiri schoolboys used to throw stones at the Indian Army for hours, and in 30 years, in 3 decades before the 1988 militancy, there was only one murder case in Kashmir. There were several factors for the 1988 militancy in Kashmir, but Islamabad did not start this 1988 militancy. Islamabad only came in later. In 1987, the popular MUF, Muslim United Front, was expected to win the election. But as usual, the elections were rigged. National Conference won the election. So after that, there were massive rallies, I think hundreds of thousands, and even 500,000 people came to rally. And the Indian forces started firing on this peaceful rally. I was a witness, even in 1994, I was a witness to such a scene. On 28 September, some 40 schoolboys were just shouting Azadi, we want freedom, Indian dogs get out, and the BSF Jawan, standing next to me, was going to shoot at the schoolboys, but one JNK, Jammu Kashmir police officer, went to push these boys away to safety. And so in 1988, in order to defend themselves, these Kashmiri boys went over to Azad Kashmir to do weapons training. As far as the Kashmiri boys were concerned, they were trained on Kashmiri soil because they did not recognize the LOC, the line of control. And I had mentioned also, and it was published in the Indian political magazine in Frontline. It was difficult to publish it. I said that it was politically correct for RAW, Indian Intelligence Agency, to train 30 training camps in Tamil Nadu, train Tamil militants in the 1980s. Why was it politically incorrect for Pakistan to train Kashmiri militants? And then the Indian government said that this was joint militancy because of unemployment, because 200,000 youths were unemployed. But the majority, the militants are interviewed. They were college boys with degrees, they had university degrees, they had good jobs, they left their jobs, they joined militancy out of conviction. Apart from one mistaken incident in the 1980s, and Manula Council who was not involved in that incident, Kashmiri militants have never committed any militant acts beyond Kashmir, beyond Northern India. They have not hijacked any place. After the obviously state-managed 9/11, is it fair or justified to call every militant a terrorist? After you have used them to the modernity to fight the Soviet Union, suddenly we call them terrorists. In the case of Kashmir, the militants and mujahideens are legitimate liberation fighters because the Kashmir issue is a legitimate cause. It is on the UN Security Council's agenda, although it's a backburner issue. From 1988 to 1994, JPLF was mainly doing the fighting, then Hizbul Mujahideen took over as JPLF wanted to concentrate on the political struggle. The height of militancy was in 1992 when the whole population was in revolt against Zariani, when militants and mujahideens were regarded as heroes and were welcome in every home. But in 1993 there was a famous JKLF, the 22-day siege of the Hazrat Bar Mosque. I met and interviewed the hero of the Hazrat Bar, Ar-Rahmani. And there were 300 civilians in the mosque with 13 militants holding the mosque, sealing the mosque for 32 days, but no one was killed. By the time I was there in 1994, some locals were already grumbling about the militants having to give them donations, been threatened by them. You see, at that time, there were these bogus militants who hang around the militants for money, for a bit of power, some other reasons. They were called Zarianis. Did I pronounce correctly? I don't really Zarianis. And also part of the Indian counterinsurgency. They will do some incidents and to give militants a bad name. Kashmir told me, because I haven't been there since 1994, but I do keep in touch through phone calls, emails, and personal briefings. Kashmir told me that the present breed of militants are very secretive and very daily. As you can see on TV, the last few years the militants have resorted to suicide, bombing, etc. But again, the last few years, we have also resorted to gun battles. And this is where my personal experience comes in. The Kashmiri boys have fought bravely and honorably. When I was in Kashmir, there were many major gun battles, face to face with Indian army, between the militants and the Indian forces. When I was in Kashmir, there were two major gun battles. One was the Battle of Bandipura. At that time I was still, new to Kashmir. I was pleading everybody, please bring me to Bandipura, but nobody wanted to bring me. I was in Sopore, I saw helicopters were flying to Bandipura. But on the 27th, the 2 days, 27 to 29 September 1994, I was staying in Rawalpura, so the battle of Janapura was just 15 minutes away. What happened? Two Muslims entered the government flags, and we were just playing hide and seek with the Indian forces for 3 days. And one battalion of Indian forces were stationed there. And for 12 days, for 3 days, only 2 militants were fighting one battalion of Indian combined troops. But what I wanted to tell you is, on the last day, there were no other reporters or photographers because they thought the battle was finished.